What up, y'all, and welcome to Richmond Raceway for the 8th race of the 2023 FBRL Napa Truck Series season. On pole for the first time in his Truck Series career is Vince Freeze, filling in once again for the injured Jordan Fisher. He starts on the front row with Patrick Smith, who was alongside, was supposed to be Charles Sanford in the 56 truck, but Charles got suspended after his actions at Indianapolis in the Sony Cup Series race a couple of weeks ago. So it's Patrick Smith behind the wheel of the 56. Two-time race winner on the season, Luke Martin, starts in row 2 with Ace Wild. Row 3, a pair of Sony Cup Series drivers out of Dom Capps and James Silverfox. Row 4, Malik Nevins and DJ Curtis. And rounding out the top 10 is Bradley Bishop Jr. and Nelson Reeves. Happy to announce that Jordan Fisher is in better spirits and has been joking about his injury on social media, posting gifs of him stuck in a hospital bed with a full body cast. Fisher suffered a fractured skull, fractured collarbone, and other injuries during the Indy 250 crash he experienced, and we're expecting Fisher to return to competition in 4 months or so. Could be by the end of the year, might not be this year at all. We're still not really sure what's going to happen there, but we're hoping we can see Jordan Fisher back in a truck before the year is over. Some other drivers in the field in certain trucks: Eric the Max in the 8. You got Hannah Allen in the 66 for Burns Motorsports, making their, I believe, second race of the season. I can't quite say for certain if it's their second or their first, but for other drivers it is their first, such as the 37 for Genesis Engineering and Cement Oskin, making their first race after they were top 8 in Go or Go Home qualifying. Michael Miller in the 87, first race back since the Nashville Fairgrounds. Mac Johnson in the 7 for Shark House Performance, making the field, their first race made this season. And this comes following the shutdown of the number 14 team out of Shark House Performance. Ryan Soper, still a free agent now on the market after that 14 team was shut down. Some poor qualifying efforts at the rear of the field from Edward Siemba and AJ Jones. They will have a lot of work to do from the back. And also making his debut, the 75 of Henry Thomas and Little Falls Motorsports. So that is both a driver and team debut here tonight at Richmond Raceway, and wishing them the best in their first race in the Napa Truck Series. Making the field on provisionals, Toby Christie, Glenn Mixon, Jerry Cook, and Blake Warren. Cook's team of the 15 using their last provisional they've had for the season, so they're going to have to start making races on time if they want to keep making these events. Let's go trackside for the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
123 laps of action. Tire wear expected to be about 3 to 3.5 seconds. Green flag is out. Vince Freeze leads them to the green, and we are underway at Richmond Raceway. Luke Martin set the fastest lap in practice with a 22.555. He is racing side by side with Ace Wild to hold on to third place, as the top two clear single file in front of them. It's going to be a little difficult to pass on the inside line here tonight, but it is not impossible, as we saw last season. We didn't really see any passing until after pit stops had occurred and strategy had begun. But as you can see, Dom Capps looking to take fourth place away from Ace Wild. It looks like the inside line will be viable. How viable is the outside going to be to defend? That's the question right now, as you see Ace get a good run off of turn 2. Almost clear of Capps into 3. Not quite yet. They're about even here. And Capps, it looks like, just checked up a bit off of turn 4. And that's going to allow Wild to hold on to fourth place. James Silverfox back at it again in the Napa Truck Series, this time driving the 91 for Freeze Racing Team. This is a part-time truck that was set up before the year began, split between Silverfox and DJ Curtis. And then when TJ Smith got ousted from his Silver Fox Motorsports 29 ride, Silver Fox took up 3 races in that truck, and DJ Curtis took up another 2, as well as they had some races left over. So it's DJ Curtis in the 29 truck tonight. That's the truck that won the previous short track race at the Nashville Fairgrounds, which was won by James Silverfox, who made a pretty good undercut strategy over race leader Ryan Griffin. And Griffin was unable to close back up in time to pass Silverfox. Silverfox won at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Gotta be curious if he might try to do that here again tonight with the Freeze Racing team. Remember last year, this team won the race with the 44 of Blaze McKinney, who is currently running in 15th place. Actually, make that 14th place. Now, McKinney's team, with the big undercut towards the end of the race, undercut the leaders by a couple of laps and was just able to hold on for the win. Going to be curious to see if Mercedes or perhaps some other teams attempt to do that strategy here tonight. It worked at the Nashville Fairgrounds, and so far, undercut seems to be the name of the game if these short track races stay green. How about this for Burns Motorsports? Hannah Allen making the race for the team. It's been a struggle for this team to make races. Heck, it's been a struggle for them to attempt races. They sign drivers, drivers leave. Drivers have issues getting their Napa Truck Series license, and it has prevented this team from really running as full-time as they wanted to. But tonight, Hannah Allen got this truck in the show. And Allen has been running a couple of races this year in the number 8 machine for Breeding Enterprises. So part of the partnership between Breeding and Burns. Hannah Allen in this truck for, I believe, 2 attempts on the season. Or actually, it might be only this race. I'm not quite certain. I would have to double check the entry list schedule. But there's a ton of people running in different rides across the series, so it can be difficult to keep up with. But Allen, so far, so good. As we mentioned, Mac Johnson making his debut on the season. I think it's his series debut as well. I'll have to double check on that one. But how about AJ Jones? So far up to 23rd place. Now remember, AJ started outside of the top 30 with a very poor qualifying effort. And he has been really making some gains since then. Same with Edward Siemba, a couple of positions back. Up to 28th, looking for 27th on Roberto Crown Jr., who'll be running these Pride colors for the month of June. So we'll see these colors on the Great Clips and Beyblade Burst schemes for here tonight, of course. And then I believe at Road 1 and potentially Talladega. A couple of other debuts on the season. Of course, mentioned Samet Oskin in the 37 of Genesis Engineering on the grid, as well as the 75 of Henry Thomas, who currently runs in 41st place, which, man, I tell you what, short tracks are the great equalizer, but even when you get to race pace, it is tough to make some gains. But Henry Thomas in his first race of his FBRL career, one thing he's got to be gonna have to be proud of here, so just keep it in one piece and get this truck to the finish, as the team hopes to learn a lot from the data they'll glean from this race. Alexa Luschan having another impressive race so far early on in the going, and she is looking to the inside of Bradley Bishop Jr. for 8th place. Luschan with a top 5 result last week at Boston. And once again tonight, Luschan is the better of the 2 Crossroads Racing trucks. Luschan looking for 8th on BBJ, as Nelson Reeves looks to the inside of DJ Curtis for 10th. Ryan Griffin currently runs in 19th place. And Griffin has been struggling recently, and a lot of sources on the outside aren't really sure what's going on. You know, a lot of people really thought Ryan Griffin would be a top 5 contender week in and week out, and it just has not been the case this season for Griffin on a consistent basis. Came really close to the win there at the Nashville Fairgrounds, but strategy had the 10 team outplayed. And saw Griffin with a really good run as well at Road Atlanta, but past couple of races have just not been a good showing for the 10 team. But Alexa Luschan, on the other hand, has been doing pretty well. Battle for the lead as Patrick Smith looks to the inside of Vince Freeze here on lap 26. Top 7 pretty much nose to tail here. Not sure if that's a showing of how even all these drivers are, or if Vince Freeze is potentially holding the rest of the field up. Patrick Smith with a nose will lead his first lap of the race. And into turn 1, second lap of the battle, Smith clears Vince Freeze for the race lead. To his career, Patrick Smith with one Hardee's National Series win, which he got at Atlanta last year in the Hardee's National Series. Smith has been running full-time in the Sony Cup Series this season for S3 Motorsports, and wasn't supposed to make his first start in this truck until 2 weeks from now at Road 1, but as mentioned on the grid, Charles Sanford suspended from Richmond racing this weekend, allowed Patrick Smith to make an additional start, and now he is the one leading the field here at Richmond. AJ Jones has found himself up inside the top 20 after getting by Hannah Allen a couple of laps ago. Has now set his sights on the 10 of Ryan Griffin. We're about halfway through this run. This year, teams are expecting to go just on a one-stop strategy, so the pit window is lap 60 to about 65. Teams said they might go a little longer, just in case, as the merge line here can be dangerous coming out of pit road. As you see right there, Ryan Griffin really getting close to the right rear quarter panel of Bob Burns. And Jones now to the inside of Griffin, looking for 19th place. So far, fastest lap on the race belongs to Dewey Schramm III with a 22.570. And it will be curious to see if this race goes green flag from start to finish. Remember, Nashville Fairgrounds did go green from beginning to end, with a caution technically on the final lap when Jeff Bolton blew the engine. Short track races are known to be pretty tame in the Napa Truck Series, at least in recent memory. Jones, though, putting up a good fight side by side with Ryan Griffin. Can he clear him? No, not quite. He had to check it up a little bit on corner exit. As in front of him, Tip Foster's looking for 16th place on teammate Huck Davis. Side-by-side battle allowing Hannah Allen to close back up. And AJ Jones still not quite clear up the 10. This is a pretty good battle here between two experienced drivers. Griffin experienced from the Sony Cup Series, AJ Jones experienced here in the Napa Truck Series. AJ's been running for Sanders Performance Autosport on a part-time basis in the Hardee's National Series and has been experiencing some decent results. Looks like this battle is over for the time being. Griffin able to hold off the 42 for now. Maybe not quite. 42 going to stick the nose inside one last time, but here off of turn 2, Griffin gets the run and he is clear of AJ Jones. Patrick Smith is starting to pull away from Vince Freeze and the rest of the field, as you see Alexa Luchon looking to the inside of James Silverfox for 7th place. Figure this is probably a good time as any to go through the field. So Patrick Smith in the race lead with Vince Freeze 2nd, Luke Martin 3rd, Ace Wild 4th, and Dom Capps 5th. Now, out of series regulars, remember, Leach drivers don't earn points on the driver's side, but on the owner's side, they do. The 6 team still very much in the fight for the owner's title, so Freeze wants to race Luke Martin out here as hard as he can because he knows Luke. As much as Luke wants to win the Drivers' Championship and the Owners' Championship for Silver Fox Motorsports, he also wants his own truck to do very well, and he wants Vince to do the best he can for that 6 team and have that 6 team still fight for the Owners' Championship. So while Luke with a pretty good lead over that team right now, it's still not out of reach for the 6 team to fight for the Owners' title. Now, on the hand of the full-time drivers, right now up at the front of the field, you've got Ace Wild, who is the closest to Luke Martin, And Wild has been having some great runs as of late. He got the win at Atlanta, finished second to Luke Martin last week at Boston, and now here he is running in fourth behind the 28, looking to gain points if he can, if not, minimize the damage. But Ace Wild still a long ways out of title contention as he sits fourth in the points, 50 points out over a race behind. Sixth place is the next highest regular in Malik Nevins, who has been struggling the last few weeks, but looking to bounce back here at Richmond, currently in the top 10. Silver Fox in 7th. Alexa Luchon in 8th. Now, it's big for the 91 to finish well. That truck is attempting Road 1 with DJ Curtis, and then Kansas with DJ Curtis. And then won't be back again until Memphis with Silver Fox back in the truck. Battle is on for 9th between Nelson Reeves and Bradley Bishop Jr. as DJ Curtis sits just outside of the top 10. Now Dewey Schramm III going to send it to his inside for the position. Eric DeMax running in 13th place. McKinney 14th. William Brock 15th. Tib Foster, Bob Burns 16th, 17th. Ryan Griffin 18th. AJ Jones 19th. With Huck Davis currently rounding out the top 20. Just outside of the points, you've got Hannah Allen, Josh Crash, Aiden Smith, and Jeff Bolton. And then a huge gap back to a big battle here for 25th between Aria Carmona and Justin Johnson. Carmona, again, with a poor qualifying effort. She qualified bad last week at Boston, was able to rebound and get a decent finish. Looking to do the same here today at Richmond, as Edward Siemba is still trying to move forward. Mac Johnson, J.D. Martin, and Sean Ard also inside the top 30. Outside of that, you've got Roberto Crown Jr., Glenn Mixon, Jerry Cook, Blake Warren, Toby Christie, Ben McDonald, Nate Champion, Michael Miller, Samet Oskin, Bradley Ream, Benjamin Snyder, and Henry Thomas, as Patrick Smith is about to start hitting lap traffic. He's got a near 2-second lead over Vince Freeze. Battle is on for 5th place. Malik Nevins to the inside of Dom Caps, looking for the position, as Luchon is to the inside of Silver Fox behind for 7th. Pit stops are very interesting on the short tracks now. You would think automatically that the undercut is the way to go, and the overcut, not so much. And especially on the overcut here, pit road can get busy really fast. You've got drivers leaving pit road, you've got drivers coming into pit road, and that's where you can lose time as well. And that is the same for the undercutters. So if you're not on a pretty empty pit road, you can still lose time even on an undercut strategy. So that will be one thing to watch out for. Meanwhile, though, as we look at this battle, Dom Caps, it looks like, is going to go from 5th to maybe 8th here if Alexa Luchon can complete the pass. Nevins moving up to 5th, and indeed, Luchon will complete the pass on Dom Caps. A 3-second gap from Caps back to Nilson Reeves, who has made it by Bradley Bishop Jr. So we're a couple laps away from pit road opening up. Navigating lap traffic is never easy. Luke Martin going a bit higher arc into turn 1 kind of opens the door here for Ace Wild, as he's looking right behind Henry Thomas, and he's going to follow Thomas into turn 3 on the very high side there. That's going to let Ace Wild go right on by for 3rd place. As Patrick Smith has already lapped several drivers here, has lost a little bit of his lead, but Vince Freeze and the others not able to clear lap traffic as quickly as the 56. So Smith still going on by, but it's Ace Wild up to 3rd now and makes a quick move to the inside for Henry Thomas, preventing Luke Martin from getting back to his inside to look for the position. Pit stops we're hearing are about to open up, so we're going to go to the pit lane camera, because pit lane here can be quite tricky to get onto the correct way. So look at that orange box. See, as Henry Thomas comes in, you cannot touch that orange box. You need all 4 tires of your race truck to the inside of that orange box for you to enter pit road safely here at Richmond Raceway. If you go around the box or you touch the box, it is a 30-second penalty. Justin Johnson, Mac Johnson, J.D. Martin, they're all in. And Nate Champion is just going to get down the pit road. So we're going to be watching this. This is what we're going to watch because you want to know who's getting the penalty and who isn't. Hannah Allen will come in here. So these are the drivers you're going to see gain a ton of positions. Hannah Allen, I'd say, likely up to the top 15 from this undercut, getting on the pit road while pit road is empty. Here comes Michael Miller, James Silverfox, Alexa Luchon, and Dom Capps are the first 3 out of our front runners to pit. DJ Curtis, William Brock, and Tib Foster is going to get it. And that's going to be a 30-second penalty for the 47 team. So Tib with pit road issues last week, now issues getting on the pit road this week. And that's going to kill any shot of Tib Foster potentially getting points here unless he can get a caution. Oh, Benjamin Snyder, Bradley Ream hit it. Snyder actually just went completely around it. Luke Martin, I think, came very close. I'm not sure if the 28 is going to get hit with a penalty here. Oh, Edward Siemba wanted to pit. He comes in too late. He can't get down in time. That's a 30-second penalty for him. So Siemba was starting to move forward towards the top 20, and all his hard work just went right out the window. Patrick Smith going to pit from the race lead here. He brings in Malik Nevins, Nelson Reeves, Blaze McKinney, Bob Burns. These are the last ones to pit here. Jeff Bolton and Arya Carmona. So those 7 drivers on the overcut strategy, and that completes us watching pit lane entrance. Hearing there was an incident with Hannah Allen coming out of her stall. Oh, she comes out of her stall, and Brock's trying to pit. Goes right into William Brock, and I don't know what the heck the one truck just did, but Brock able to get service. Potentially some front-end damage to the 66 of Hannah Allen, and I think some door damage to the one of William Brock, so that'll be something to watch. See if that hinders any of their performance. Hearing there's an issue for Huck Davis. He's reporting that oil pressure is dropping. He thinks they cut a line somewhere, bringing it in the pit road. Gonna need to figure out where that leak is coming from and then fill that baby back up with oil, but a tough break for Huck. He was running 24th at the time here, coming in to fix this issue, and that's our first mechanical problem all night. You know, short track racing really be rough on the trucks, whether it's some beating and banging or just the constant braking throttle, all that jazz. We'll have to see if Huck Davis comes back out onto the track, if this is something the team can fix quickly. But it will likely prevent the team from earning any points here tonight. 50 laps to go here at Richmond Raceway. Cycle complete here for a couple laps now. And could this be same song, different verse here for James Silverfox and Freeze Racing Team on 2 different accounts? First account, as mentioned earlier, Freeze Racing Team, undercut strategy with Blaze McKinney at this track last year. Got McKinney the win. He just was able to hold off Jordan Fisher and some other drivers. For James Silverfox, he did the undercut at the Nashville Fairgrounds a couple months ago, won that race, was just able to hold on Ryan Griffin, and wouldn't you know, it's another Crossroads Racing truck giving chase to James Silverfox, and this time it's the 3 of Alexa Luchon. So now Silverfox and Luchon, they both pit on the same lap, bumper to bumper. You see Silverfox was able to gain about 1.5 seconds over the 3 of Luchon during the pit sequence. But it looks like, I don't know if Silverfox is taking it easy or if they made some good adjustments on the 3 of Alexa Luchon. But Luchon is about even, if not closing, on the 91 lap to lap, and there's plenty of racing left here. Plenty of time for Luchon to catch up to the 91, but she's going to have to hurry because while Michael Miller is currently helping her out, he can't help her out forever. Ace Wild pit 1 lap after the 3 and the 91. As you see, Patrick Smith's going to go to his inside here looking for 3rd place. And Smith just about clear, not quite yet. Wild with a good run here. Smith, remember, he's on the freshest tires, one of those drivers on the freshest set of tires. And Smith will actually complete the pass for 3rd on Ace Wild. That's going to be big here. Wild maybe was thinking he might be able to catch the 3 and the 91 before getting past, but Those fresh tires, man, they're just too good on the 56 of Patrick Smith. But now Smith himself is going to have to get by Michael Miller here, because the 87 is slowing him and Wild down. Wild's actually not looking to wait. He's going to make the move back to the inside of Patrick Smith, looking to take third place back away, as he's not looking to wait behind the 56 nor the 87. Dom Capps back up to 5th place now behind these two. DJ Curtis is in 6th. Dewey Schramm, the third man, up to 7th. With the undercut there, Malik Nevins is 8th. He's second highest of those on the overcut strategy. As we're still watching this battle here between Wild and Smith, as Luschan is closing up on James Silverfox. Wild will complete the pass back on Patrick Smith and file back in line in 3rd. But they still got to try to find the way by the 87 of Michael Miller. William Brock up to 9th place despite that door damage. He's got teammate AJ Jones behind him in 10th. Luke Martin down to 11th. Vince Freeze in 12th. Bradley Bishop Jr., Blaze McKinney, Eric DeMax, the top 15. How about Hannah Allen in 16th place? Now we're just getting to cover her. After pit stops, this truck was in 10th place and actually had a side-by-side battle with the 28 of Luke Martin. But has since fallen back now to 16th place. Not sure if that's just being on the undercut and older tires. A little bit of performance, maybe some damage on the front nose. But Allen having a very good showing here, as is Justin Johnson in the 08. Now remember, Johnson was looking like he might get some points out of Boston, but they were on a weird pit strategy, had to pit an extra time, weren't able to get those points, looking to get those back here tonight. Ryan Griffin still just inside the top 20 and 18th. How about Mac Johnson in 19th here following the pit cycle? Now he's got a lot of trucks lined up behind him here. It's going to be tough for him to hold inside the top 20. It's Bob Burns currently looking for 19th place. Him and Nelson Reeves also on that overcut strategy, as was Blaze McKinney, who we looked at a couple laps ago. So now outside of the top 20 will be Mac Johnson, Josh Crash, JD Martin, Jeff Bolton, also on the overcut, as is Aria Carmona. As Tib Foster and Huck Davis here, they are both 2 laps. Actually, no, Tib is only 1 lap down, but Huck Davis is 2 laps down. Aiden Smith is for position here as well. He is in 26 now as he loses a spot to Carmona. Glenn Mixon, Nate Champion, Blake Warren, they are top 30, as is Sean Ard. Jerry Cook, Toby Christie, Siemba also a lap down. Roberto Crown Jr., last of the drivers on the lead lap, as James Silverfox just put Henry Thomas back a lap down. Thomas had gotten his lap back from the undercut. He currently sits 34th, as you see Ben McDonald, Michael Miller, Sametta Oskin, Tib Foster, Siemba all a lap down, with Benjamin Snyder, Bradley Riemann, Huck Davis all 2 laps down. As Alexa Luschan, she's got the gap down to 0.6 of a second. Is looking to close up on James Silverfox. About 33 laps to go here. Ace Wild and Patrick Smith also looking to close the gap. Oh, it might be shaping up to be one of them short track finishes. As Luschan now to the inside of Henry Thomas. Should be quick work there. And now no lap traffic between the 91 and the 3 here with 32 laps to go. There is a sea of lap traffic here ahead of James Silverfox that could potentially impact the finish of this race. We're coming to 23 laps to go. Silverfox has been able to pull back a little bit more of a gap over Alexa Luschan, but once he starts hitting this traffic, he's really going to have to get by them fast, or his lead will be quickly compromised. Luschan 0.8 of a second back, with Ace Wild and Patrick Smith closing as well. They are 2 seconds back each. Now remember, Ace Wild has 1 lap tire advantage over the 3 in the 91. The 56 has a 2 lap tire advantage over the 56. And or the 91 and the, actually, yeah, the 91 and the 3. What numbers am I talking about here? Whoop-de-doo. So that is the tire situation there. Dom Caps, same tires as the 91 and the 3. Same thing goes for Dewey Schramm here. DJ Curtis, also on the same tires. Now Malik Nevins is the next driver with a clear tire advantage. He's sitting in 8th place, and he has been making some pretty impressive lap times this run. No change on the fastest lap chart. Still the 9, the 91, and the 3 at the top of the board. And no major changes here inside the top 10, except for Luke Martin, who's now up to 10th over AJ Jones. Blaze McKinney also starting to move forward here in 12th place, as is Bob Burns and Nelson Reeves, still trying to move forward. 20 laps to go here at Richmond Raceway. It's been a caution-free event. So Lucian had cut the lead down to under half a second due to Roberto Crown Jr. Silver Fox has made it by the 57 now. Lucian stuck behind the 57. And Ace Wild and Patrick Smith are closing fast on the 3 of Alexa Lucian. And this is where the battle for second place could start to heat up, because you know both Wild and Smith are going to want to get by the 3 so that they can challenge for the race lead. And they want to do it soon, because Silver Fox has 3, 4, maybe 5 lap trucks here that he's gonna probably get through this race here before the race is over. Lucian gonna move to the inside of Roberto here into turn 1 with 17 laps to go and make quick work of the 57. Now Lucian able to set her sights back on the 91 of James Silverfox. Ace Wild and Patrick Smith have closed up to the back bumper of Alexa Lucian. Wild with a pretty good run here off of turn 2. Can he get close enough to make a move? You can see him looking. Silverfox has been unable to get by teammate Sean Ard. Sean Ard not pulling over for Silverfox. What do you gotta do to get your teammate to get out of the way? Now almost side by side in front of Silverfox. Silverfox going to get sent high here into turn 3. And here comes Lucian, Wild, and Patrick Smith. Silverfox gets a really good run there. Maybe that was planned, trying to set up a run on the 77. Gets to his inside here. 10 laps to go at Richmond Raceway, and the top 4 are bumper to bumper. Silverfox now to the inside of Nate Champion. And he will clear the 84 off corner exit. Lucian to the inside of Champion. Wild to the inside of Ard. They need to clear the lap traffic just as quickly as Silverfox is, or they could lose touch with the 91. Not a lot of laps left here tonight. DJ Curtis has made it up to 8th. Luke Martin 9th. And Blaze McKinney is now inside the top 10, as BBJ and Brock have fallen outside of the top 10. Hannah Allen back up to 20th place behind Jeff Bolton. Lucian not able to clear the 84 as quickly as she would have liked. Silverfox starting to inch back away. Behind them, Malik Nevins up to 6th place, passing Dewey Schramm III, now up to the bumper of Dom Caps. A lot could be shaked up here. Ace Wild's looking to the inside of Alexa Lucian here. Battle for second place. Lucian with a good run off of turn 2 is going to hold on to the position. That could have been it right there, folks. With how hard it is to pass here, you want to try and stay side by side to try to complete the maneuver. Wild not giving up yet, though, as Silverfox now closes up on Toby Christie. and Mac Johnson. Now remember, Mac is on some of the oldest tires on the track with when he pit. Toby Christie going to look to Mac's inside, leaving Silver Fox nowhere to go here. 5 laps to go around Richmond Raceway. Back at Nashville, Silver Fox really had nothing to worry about, but it's not the same here tonight. Lucian to his inside. Gonna look for the race lead here, coming to 4 laps to go. Neck and neck behind Christie and Mac Johnson. Silver Fox leads it that time by at the line. Lucian thought about a 3-wide move on the lap trucks. Tire wear is almost at its peak here. Silver Fox going to go a bit higher into turn 3, looking to get a run. Lucian is clear. Can she pull up in front of Silver Fox? No. Lucian leads it that time by at the start-finish line with 3 laps to go. Now Patrick Smith to the outside of Ace Wild. Here comes Caps. Here comes Nevins. Silver Fox still not clear of Alexa Lucian. It'll be 2 laps to go at the start-finish line. Does Wild make it a 3-wide move? Silver Fox clears Lucian down the front straightaway. She goes down to the inside of Mac Johnson. I said she, I meant he. Silver Fox clears the 7 of Mac Johnson. Coming to the white flag. Lucian not quite clear. And now a gap has formed between the 91 and the 3. 3 wide behind them for position. It's Dewey, Nevins, and Patrick Smith. Dewey and Nevins making contact. They're going to go down the track. Nevins to the inside wall. Up the track. They wreck. But at the front of the field, 2 for 2 on short tracks this season is James Silver Fox. And the running order has just been tremendously shaken up. Caution flag is out. 2nd time this year on a short track. We have a yellow on the final lap. Bob Burns somehow just got 10th. Oh, we've got a replay to look at here, folks. Field takes an extra lap, but the race is over. Silver Fox is your winner. This was going into turn 1 on the final lap. You see Caps to the inside of Smith, and then Nevins was trying to go to the inside of Smith as well. Dewey sent his nose in there. They're making contact. And, oh, I don't know, man. Oh, and he just comes right back up and cleans out Patrick Smith. And then the field just starts to slow up. Look at Bradley Bishop Jr. stopped on the apron. Not sure what his teammate's doing. The Max gets piled up here. Bradley Bishop Jr. and Brock actually go down pit road. They're still all stacked up behind Nevins here. That cost A.J. Jones a ton of positions. Hannah Allen, look at Justin Johnson fly by. Brock and BBJ finished the race on pit road. We really got to see how this impacted the running order. Here's another angle of it in slow motion. Now this side shot isn't really going to show you much as the helicopter shot did. Now we saw that Nevins pretty much just held his line. I don't know if Nevins was mad at Dewey and he was trying to pinch him in the turn 3, but Dewey didn't like it. Dewey, I think, was maybe trying to turn back up to get a good arc for turn 3, and that turned Nevins down to the inside line on the apron. And then Nevins just turned right back up onto the track here and just cleans out the 56 with help from the 9, and man, that truck gets destroyed here into the outside wall. So DJ Curtis goes by, gains a ton of positions here, as does Luke Martin. Now watches everyone behind Blaze McKinney just kind of stops. See Bradley Bishop Jr. there down on the apron stopping. We saw the Max, Brock, and I believe Huck Davis come in right behind him. Yeah, here's the Max. There's Brock. They're just kind of bumper to bumper. Brock almost pushing him into BBJ. And BBJ hits the pit line commitment, so he's like, all right. Actually, I don't know why BBJ went down pit road, but look at Bob Burns and Jeff Bolton They just passed about 7 or 8 trucks that were stopped on the bottom. They just looped around them on the outside line. So the Max goes on, takes some extra positions. Look at Aria Carmona pulled up to the scene here. She was able to make a quick move to the inside of AJ Jones. Now they are 5 wide, stuck behind the 48 of Malik Nevins. Just trying to make it through this turn 4 mess. See, Griffin and Reeves ended up racing side by side for a position, I think. As both of them just barely beat Bradley Bishop Jr. to the line. See Carmona, Vince Freeze, AJ Jones, Justin Johnson. I don't know who gets 20th here. 20th place, I think, goes to the 1. Yes, William Brock ends up in 20th. And Hannah Allen just short of a points paying position. That was wild, guys. That was wild. Here's an onboard for y'all. Watch how Bob Burns goes from 18th to 10th. Just loops it right around the outside of everybody. That gains him a good chunk of points on the season championship. Well, that was quite the finish here at Richmond Raceway. James Silverfox comes home with the win. I think this is the first time a part-time driver has won twice in one season in Napa Truck Series history. I might be mistaken on that, but wow, what a performance. Undercut strategy once again pays out for Mercedes, and this time it's for Freeze Racing Team. Freeze Racing Team remaining undefeated here in their time in the series at this racetrack. So they bring home the win with Silverfox. Alexa Lucian, another amazing performance by that team in the 3. They come home in 2nd. They're knocking on the door of a win. It could be a matter of time here for them. Ace Wild in 3rd, Dom Caps 4th, DJ Curtis in 5th. So only Lucian and Wild bring home some top paying points in the season championship. They'll gain a good chunk over Luke Martin, who still gets a good payday in 6th. Dewey Schramm III finishes 7th, but there might be points penalties coming for him. As you know, Dewey was penalized for Road Atlanta incidents and placed on a 2-race probation. Now, this was his first race off probation, but series officials might not take too kindly to what he did there at the end of this one. I feel like it might be a 50-50 type deal. I felt like Dewey Schramm III could have backed out and could have given Nevins the room, but at the same time, Nevins really doesn't give him a lot of room, and then when Nevins is on the apron, he just pulled right back up on the track, braking for the corner, and just parked it in front of Dewey, and that caused Dewey to hook him up and take out Patrick Smith. So Patrick Smith, man, was an innocent bystander in all of this. Blaze McKinney 8th, Patrick Smith 9th. Could have been a little bit better there for Smith if he hadn't gotten taken out there. Bob Burns with the 10th place effort, going around the wounded Malik Nevins and others. Jeff Bolton all the way up to 11th because of that. Eric the Max 12th, Ryan Griffin 13th, Nelson Reeves 14th, Bradley Bishop Jr. 15th on pit road. I believe he lost a top 10 finish because of going down the pit lane, so that's tough for that team. Aria Carmona 16th. Never give up, fought all day, got points today. Vince Freeze 17th. AJ Jones 18th. Justin Johnson 2 points for them in 19th, and then William Brock rounds out the top 20. Nevins will come home 24th, man. Not the result. That result not showing the night they had, the pace they had. That is going to be a tough finish to swallow. Mac Johnson 30th, first truck a lap down. And then again, tough night for Tib Foster, Edward Siemba, and Huck Davis. That'll do it for me here at Richmond, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks at Road 1 for the 3rd road course race on the season. It's going to be fun up in old Canada. So once again, James Silverfox, your race winner here tonight, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time for some Canadian road course racing. Peace out.